Twitch stream so I can see the chat over here. Give me just a second.
Yeah, it all came down to that mid-game sim. And so you passed Danny B I guess a corrupted file because it was mid-game.
Alright, so files all updated, lineups are all good, we're all good for game 1, is that correct?
Yeah, make sure to turn me up tonight.
Yeah, let me fix that, hold on.
Okay. That probably means everyone needs to be turned up.
Let me turn you up to 160%. Say something now.
Hello, hello?
Let me turn you up to 200%. Now try again.
Hello, hello?
Alright, sounds good. And let me turn Danny B up as well.
How's it going? I'm just going to do test 1 2 1 2.
Now,
Leatherneck is here as well.
I think he said he needed to drop, so I think it's the three of us.
okay, both of you say something one more time so I can check the sound levels.
La 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 la.
You are in the red now, and I'm at the edge of red. And if Danny B could say
test 1 2 1 2 test 1 2
okay,
1 2.
you're at the edge of red as well. All right, so here we go. Game 1, Toros and the Scorpions, and we're gonna sim all these out, right? All the way through.
Yeah, how do you guys want to split these?
I can do.
We usually do 1 through 3, 4 through, or 1 to 2, 4 to 7.
I tell you what, since I'm the one streaming, I'll do 7 to 9. How much you get 1 through 3, and Danny B, you get 4 through 6.
4 through 6. Perfect.
Sounds great. Love it.
All right, here we go.
Wait. Should we? I need to add everyone. Sorry.
Oh.
Say we're back. That would, that'd be nice.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
Try to get as many viewers as possible.
Yeah. Greatest viewers in the world being so patient with us.
Yes, I do want to add over 500 people. Should I publish it?
I mean, if
were
you
they
want.
Getting published all night? Was Pearson Man published? Let me check my vandals.
I don't think so.
Checking game.
I didn't see it in the Dynamo's announcements.
Nah, it wasn't published, so I think we're good. Actually, you know what? I'm going to publish it. Since this is the official last time we're going to be able to say this is the last time we're going to have issues. Everyone's saying no, whatever. Alrighty. Yeah, let's have a good night. Let's do it. I'll take the first couple of innings. We are doing a resim. We had issues with the mid sim passed on file, but Danny B's with us. LBG streaming. Hello. Thank you as always.
No problem.
Yeah, let's get it going.
Okay, here we go. Game 1. Toros versus Scorpions. Nate Pearson for Cancun with a 0-2 record, 10.38 ERA, versus Harry Styles 0-0 with a 6.00 ERA. Pulling up the.
I just saw chat. Sorry, they're saying stop the count.
No problem. So we've got three Toros, 6 Scorpions in batting, and Scorpions with the advantage in pitching. Tilapia Salmons will be our first batter up, and here we go.
Much anticipated. It's so anticipated. We've all been waiting over an hour. So thank you everyone for sticking with us. Should be a good rest of the night. And where did my stream go? Here we go. And here we go. And that's a fly ball. That's in right center. That's caught in center by the center fielder. Knox gets out there. So 2 outs for Carter. Ace Carter, one of the heroes of that 9th inning, was able to get one of those base hits, but he flies out there. We'll go to the Scorpions bats now. Sim Love Lefebvre.
I've got the tiny players on. I have to fix that next game.
You can always hit escape and do it now. And that's a fly ball, shallow left. And that's caught. If you go to game options, it should be under options.
Here we go.
Right next to, there you go. Yeah, game options, player size.
There we go.
There you go. We got big boys for the World Series. All right, James Love, what do you got, season 13? Oh, you got a base hit. Nice. A former teammate of mine from the State College Swifties, Lefebvre, another base hit. That's against the wall in right field. We got runners moving. Love, will he go home? And he does. Throw's not there, and that's a three-bagger. That's an RBI triple, RBI double. I guess they're counting it as a double. And that's another base hit over the shortstop. So 2 runs scored for the Scorpions, in the bottom of the first, and that's a stolen base. Oh, he's thrown out. Nice throw from Cade Munson. The gun out. So slow roller, that's a ground out. First name, last name. Couple of runs scored for DVS. We'll go Cancun now, top of the second. Bauer, that's going to be caught by the shortstop in a pop out. Jose Tentacion, we all remember him last time he batted. Yeah, and that's a line out and right. Steal. Oh, that's in the good gap. That's against the wall. Will he go for 3? We'll see. Oh, nope, sliding in for a double. So 2 out double for Steele. Michael fitted. Playoff fitted. That drops. Steele's going to come home. And the throw's not in time. So we have a 2-1 ball game with 2 outs. Toros, name a better duo. Name a more iconic. It's a stolen base. That's safe. Name a more iconic duo than the Toros with 2 outs. And that's a base hit. Speaking of Toros with 2 outs, that's a safe. Wow, RBI single from Cade Munson, who had the gun out earlier. Now makes it happen at the plate. A 2-out rally again by the Toros. More 2-out action. That's a base hit for Hopman. Another run will score. We have chaos here in game 1, top of the second. 2-out rally, all 3 runs scored with 2 outs.
So Ryan's saying something about the lineups needing to be fixed? I thought we were all good.
And that's safe. That's a strikeout. Did we check the channel? We'll check after game 1. Here we go. That's a grounder, the third, and that's an out. So we got tagged in the. Let's see. Okay, so we're good, and that's a grounder. Oh, and he's out. Oh, he's safe. Oh, nice catch in center by. Is that Steele? That's Salmons. Wow, nice catch in center by Salmons. And that's a strikeout. Nate Pearson settling in. So we'll go top of the third. Cancun's bats. And that's a base hit for Raven Knox. Leadoff single, Ace Carter. Grounder, shortstop. They turn 1. They don't turn 2. Bauer now. Grounder, shortstop. Turn 1, turn 2. Double play. Nice defense from the Scorpions. So now they have a chance to tie the game here. Bottom of the third. Grounder, third baseman. Ground out. James Love. And that's in left center. That's caught fly ball. That's out. Grounder to the shortstop for Lefebvre. That's a ground out. So 3 up, 3 down. And we'll go top of the fourth. Danny B, here you go.
All right. Looks like we'll have Tentacion coming up. He's been swinging a hot stick. He's red hot, and he does it again. He puts that into the left field corner, running in for 2. He'll slide in safe, well ahead of the throw there. We'll have Steele stepping in now as Harry Styles delivers the pitch, and that's right back up the middle, sending up the batter's eye, and Tentacion will try and score. Looks like he is safe, so they'll add another to their lead here. With Steele safe at first as Fitted steps in, swinging from the left side, but a stolen base attempt, and he's safe. The throw not quite in time. As Fitted tries this again here, and that ball not quite able to drop, caught by the center fielder, who had him played well. And Munson will step in now. Cade Munson striking out. Which will bring in Hopman here, see if they can continue the 2-out magic theme alive as he hits that up high, and it looks like the left fielder will catch it. He does. That'll retire the side, but they are able to pad that lead with 1 more run. Ian Fullman will step up now. Hits it softly to the pitcher, grabs it, flips it over to first for the out. Brings in first name, last name, catcher for the Scorpions. And that's not over the wall, off the wall. He'll slide in to second. I don't know if the slide was necessary, but he did it for style. Aram steps in, takes a walk. Maybe Cancun wants the double play option here as Colon steps in, Willie Colon. And that's hit into left field. Left fielder has it played. He'll make the catch, and they won't test his arm as that's hit to the shortstop who makes the grab. So a little line out there on the infield to end the inning. We'll have Salmons the second step in now, and he hits that to the shortstop as well, who gets over quick and makes the throw to first. Raven Knox stepping in, second baseman for the Toros, and he hits that a mile high. And hard, caught at the wall. Left fielder able to grab that one, keep it in the yard. As Carter will strike out, bringing in LaFleur. For the Scorpions, he hits that into center field. It's caught. We'll have Sim step in, top of the lineup here for the Scorpions, and that's hit through the gap in the infield. It makes it bouncing in shallow left as James Love steps in, delivers a ball to center field, and it's caught for an out as LaFerb steps in. And that one's hit high, pop up on the infield, which will flip us to the top of the sixth here with Bauer. Hits it over to the third baseman, gets it over to first. That'll bring in Tentacion again. We all know what he's been doing. He hits it there. The catcher grabs it. It just nibbled that one. As Steele steps in, third baseman for the Toros. Hits it to the shortstop. So a lot of infield outs here in this inning. This will go to the bottom of the sixth. Ian Fullman stepping in once more. He hits that one back up the middle. And a diving catch by the center fielder. He came in on it. He came in on it well. His first name, last name steps in and hits that past the third baseman into left field. He's on with a single. Aram will step in. From the right side, he hits it. Looks like the right fielder has a read on it, and he'll make the catch. Cologne coming in now, 2 outs. He strikes out. Looked like it was a pitch inside. He just couldn't lay off of. And I'll send it over.
All right, here we go. Bottom third of the order here for Cancun. Top of the seventh. Up by 2. And that's a line drive to the first baseman. Out number 1 for Michael Fitted. Munson now. Munson striking out, and now Hopman. And Hopman strikes out as well. 2 strikeouts to end the inning. 7th inning stretch time now. DBS down by 2. Leadoff walk here for Smitty Springfield, and we get a pitching change. Shower Handle the 4th coming in relief. That's a line drive to the shortstop. And that is out at second, but they did not get the out at first. This is going to be a pop fly. Fly out to left field. And that'll be out number 2. Pass to second baseman. Runner going to third. We now have runners at the corners. 2 out, 2 on. LaFave. LaFave. And that is caught at the wall. Nice catch by the left fielder there. That'll retire the side, leaving 2 stranded. Top of the 8th we go. Cancun up again. Top of the order. Tilapia Salmons the second. Tilapia, base hit to the gap. Left side. Leadoff single here for Raven Knox. And Knox will strike out. 1 on, 1 out for Carter. Ace Carter strikes out looking. And now Anthony Bauer. And Bauer strikes out, so tires aside. We've now moved to the bottom of the 8th. 6 outs remaining for DBS to get 2 runs. And a leadoff strikeout for Ian Fullman. First name, last name now. And a high fly ball towards right center field. That is caught by center fielder. Out number 2. Andrew Oram. And Andrew looked like he got nicked. Yes, he did. Hit batter, takes his base. Runner at first, 2 outs for Colvin. And they throw out the out at second base, leaves the runner stranded, and that'll retire the side. And now we have 3 outs remaining for DBS to try and tie this up. Can the Toros pad their lead? Tentacion striking out to start us off. EJ Steele. Steele striking out. And now Michael Fitted. Fitted down the left field line to the third baseman, throws all the way across and gets the out just in time. And here we go. Last chance for DBS. 8, 9, and 1 hitters up. Springfield, LaFleur, and Sim. Springfield. And this is an infield fly out for out number 1 over on the right side. 1 out. Strikeout for LaFleur. Last chance here. Sim, top of the order. And that's down the right field line. That's going to be a base hit. Sim on first with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Love. And Love strikes out, and that does it. Game 1, the Cancun winning this one with the score of 4-2. 8 hits for each team. Taking a look at Cancun batting, the only multi-hit game here was from DJ Steele with a run, 2 hits, and an RBI. Lots of single hits all the way up and down the line here. Over on the Death Valley side, 2 hits for Sim, 2 hits for Love, 2 hits for first name and last name. On the pitching end for Cancun, Nate Pearson getting the win, their first win of the postseason. Shower Handle the fourth, their second hold, and Amp Dupree, their second save. Death Valley, Harry Styles taking their first loss, and player of the game is Nate Pearson. All right, so Cancun leads 1-0. We're going to go ahead and advance a day here, and then we're going to take a look at our changes. Now, you said the Toros need to switch to the away.
He screenshotted what he needs. Bauer did.
All right, so let me do this. Let me do the...
it's in general.
Use away, S21 away, and then have you read off the... Let me see here. Okay,
Perfect.
That only did it for one side. Let me get the other side here. And that's away for left-handed pitchers as well. And
yeah, it's for both.
Okay, let me pull up the home.
Top is away, bottom's home. Okay, I got you. I got you, Bauer.
Okay, so top is away. Let's see here. Michael Fitted should be first, and he is first.
Right field.
So we have Fitted right. I'll read these off, and you just confirm them for me. Fitted right field. Tilapia Salmons is second. Left field. Tentacion designated hitter. Bauer the first baseman. Knox the second baseman. Carter the shortstop. Steele the third baseman. Munson the catcher, and Hopman the center fielder.
Yep.
And let me just make sure that both of those are correct on both sides.
For versus right hand versus left hand.
Yep. And those are all correct for both ways. So let me just look in here in the chat, see if there was any other settings that needed to be done before game 2.
Diaby's asking if they can switch their starter.
Sure, no problem.
Give him a minute to let us know who he wants.
You said Diaby?
Zielman. Sorry, Dabe.
Is
that how that's said?
Wait, you mispronounced multiple people. Okay, yeah, Dabe.
I do it all the time.
Got a lot to learn.
My friends who've known me for many years, me mispronouncing names is like an inside joke because I just can't ever figure them out.
All right, so Davey, I'm looking at your fatigue right now, and the next pitcher up is striker spin rate, who is at 60%. BB Zielman is at 98%, and Pearson is at 0%. So Zielman does have more stamina. Let me just make sure we are on game 2. I did advance a day. We did, okay. And
so he wants Zielman starting game 2 and spin rate starting game 3.
Okay, so we'll just move these like that. Yeah, we'll just do that like that there. And then let me see if Scorpions...
Do you guys want him on that pitch count?
Oh, the 110 max pitches?
Playoffs, we don't have a pitch count. That's for regular season.
Okay, perfect. So it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Bauer's good as well. Is that correct, Bauer? All right, perfect. So both teams are good now. We're going to go ahead and get started with game number 2. Starting pitchers for Cancun, VV Zielman 0-1 with an 11.00 ERA versus Ed Barker 2-0 with a 2.08 ERA. Cancun leads the series 1-0. Looking at the matchups, we have 4 Cancun, 5 Scorpions. Scorpions slight advantage batting wise, and they have the advantage with Ed Barker pitching as well. So we're going to get started here with Hummus God and Michael Fitted batting first.
Playoff Fitted. Here we go. Game 2 of the World Series of the Pro Baseball Experience. And that's a strikeout to start us off, Ed Barker. Wombat's here with us tonight. That's a grounder for Tilapia. That's a ground out. So 2 quick outs for Barker. A strikeout, 3 up, 3 down. Nice inning. So we'll go Scorpions bats. Okay, so a leadoff walk for Sim. It's game 2. Sorry, someone asked. Oh, that's a stolen base. Safe. It's 1-0 Toros. Nice stolen base by Sim. We got a base hit. James Love. Runner will come. Sim's got the Jets. You knew that. Standing double for James Love. So Scorpions draw first blood up 1-0 now. So LaFave, the hot hitter, the walk. Evok's here with us tonight. Evok said if we can move the 100 viewer challenge down to 50. That's a fly ball in left field. That's an out. And no, we can't do that. But that's a tagged runner.
Oh,
Safe.
save.
James Love, clutch base running. Uh-oh, grounder. That's 1. That's 2. Double play. So,
Costly.
wow. Only that run scored. So we'll go top of the second for Cancun. That's a strikeout for Ed Barker. Ed Barker dealing right now. It's a grounder and a ground out. So, Barker having a game. Another grounder. Another ground out. So we'll go bottom of the second. Ed Barker dealing right now. Andrew Oram. Oh, what a catch by Sammons. Oh, excuse me, Tanner Hopman. What a catch, stretching out for the grab. Wow. And that's a fly ball. It's a fly out. So Smitty
Whoa, what the hell?
with 2 outs. Oh, 2 out walk. So LaFleur, the 9-hitter. Here we go. We got some action. So base hit, runners moving to third. They're safe. So runners on the corners for Sim. Strikeout, VV Zillman. Playoff Zealman dealing. So we'll go top of the third. It's a strikeout for Steele. Munson, grounder, ground out. Ed Barker having a game. Strike 3. Don't want to jinx anything, but we'll go bottom of the third. That's a grounder. That's a ground out. So LaFave hitting 350 in the playoffs. That's a grounder and a ground out. So I am Fullman trying to get that average up in the postseason. That will drop. Probably going for 2. Yep. And slid in there for the 2-out double. Nice at bat for I am Fullman. First name, last name with the slow roller, but that's an easy out. So Danny B will take over top of the 4th. Shout out to Danny B.
Yeah, we got the Toros here. They're at the top of their lineup. We'll have fitted Salmon's Tentacion at the very least. See if they can finally do some damage on Ed Barker, but they'll start with a ground out to first. Bring in Salmon's Tilapia. And that's going to be caught in center. Long fly out there as Tentacion tries to make something happen for his team, but it's hit on the ground to second and over to first. So 1-2-3 inning for Barker as he keeps dealing here. And that'll bring in Andrew Aram as he hits that to the first baseman. Ground balls kind of cursing both teams here as Cologne steps in. He hits that up towards center field, and it's gone. He hits that out of the park, 447. As the Scorpions will tack on a second run here.
Out of the park.
And we'll bring in Springfield. Looks to keep the momentum alive. He hits that one deep as well, and it's off the wall in center there. It looked like the center fielder tried to make a leaping catch, but couldn't get a glove on it. And LaFleur will come in. He hits that to first, and they'll get the out there, but that's only 2 outs. As Sim takes a walk. So runners on the corners here for James Love. And he's hit, so...
Ouch.
Looks like VV Zealman maybe is letting the nerves get to him. And LaFave hits it to right. The right fielder comes in and he's able to make the catch. So they aren't able to capitalize on the bases juiced by that hit by pitch. But Bauer will step in now and strike out. Looking to do something to get their names on the board. And striking out 1-2. Bringing in Carter. And a diving catch. He made it. That was hard to tell, but yeah, he got a glove on that. He made that catch.
Wow, was Willie Colon.
Seems like a clip at 1 to me. But that's Hummus's thing. I'll let him be the boss there. As Fullman reaches first base here, first name, last name stepping in. They'll go for the double play, and they'll get it. So 2 outs here. Aram stepping in. He hits that one back where it came from, but the center fielder had him played well. He takes a couple steps back, puts a glove on it. And we'll head back to the Toros for the top of the 6th. Steele stepping in, strikeout. Munson coming up now as Ed Barker still in this game in the 6th inning. And he plunks a batter. So Toros have a base runner here. See if they can make him pay for the hit by pitch. As Hopman gets him over to second, but he gets out himself. And the cold fitted steps in, but maybe that'll break him out as he gets that into right field. He's going for 2, and the run comes home. The run scores, 2-1. So
Unfortunately,
Cancun
that
still
no-hitter
has...
broke up. Darn it.
Yep. Yeah, there goes the no-hitter. There goes the shutout. As Cologne steps in for the Scorpions, they're able to retire the Toros there, limiting the damage to that one run. Cologne is out. Springfield will step in, and another hit batter. These pitchers are angry, it would seem. And that'll fall. That'll fall on the warning track there. Looks like it'll be an easy double. Will they send the runner? No. So runners at second and third for Sim. And that's hit along the line into the left field corner. It'll score both if I had to guess. And he slides into second safe. So a 2 RBI double for Sim. James Love will come in now. He's batting over 300 this postseason. And he hits that one on the line himself, but he's not able to get it past the third baseman. He flings it over, and that'll be the out. But that's only the second out, as they still have the runner in scoring position. Lefebvre hits it into kind of mid-left field there, and it's caught. I'll send it over to you, LBG.
All right, top of the 7th. Cancun coming up. Tentacion, the hero of the semifinals. And this is going to be an infield flyout to the shortstop, out number 1. Anthony Bauer now. Right to the third baseman. Goes all the way across for out number 2. And now Raven Knox. And Knox strikes out. 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time we go for DVS. Already up by 3. Leadoff strikeout here for Fullman. And now first name, last name. First name, last name. Right to the second baseman. Throws across. Out number 1. Or excuse me, out number 2. And we'll get a walk here from Andrew Oram. Then that'll bring up Colvin. 1 on, 2 out. Colvin takes a walk as well. And now we have a runner in scoring position for Smitty Springfield. Springfield to the shortstop. Throws to first base. And that'll retire the side, leaving 2 runners stranded. Top of the 8th we go now for Cancun. Ace Carter. Carter, towering shot towards center field. That bounces in front of the center fielder at the wall. He's going for 2, and he's going to make it. And that'll be a leadoff double here. I know.
Interesting.
And a strikeout here from DJ Steele, and now Munson. Cade Munson. Munson over towards center field. Near the warning track. Makes a catch. Runner tags. No throw directly to third base, and runner will advance. Hopman. And that'll be an infield flyout. And that should retire the side, leaving a runner stranded. Bottom of the 8th now, DVS. This is going to be a flyout to center field for LaFleur. And top of the order now for Sim. Sim striking out. And now James Love, 2 out. Love towards left field. And that's going to be a flyout. 1-2-3 inning for DVS. That last chance now for Cancun. Top of the order.
Game 2.
Yep, game 2. This,
Here we go.
This is the best chance Cancun has here with the top of the order. And we get a pitch. Oh, no, I thought we had a pitching change, but we did not. Fitted striking out. Tilapia Salmon's a second now. Salmon's through the gap in center, and that'll be a base hit. 1 on, 1 out for Tentacion. Can he get another homer here? No, that's going to be a dribbler in the infield. Shortstop gets the out at first, but runner advances to second. Anthony Bauer now. Bauer will take a walk. And now Raven Knox. 2 on, 2 out.
Tying run.
Tying run at the plate. And a strikeout, and DVS wins game 2, tying at the series 1-1. The score of 4-1. Let's take a look at our scoreboard here. We have 7 hits to 3 in the Scorpions' favor. Looking down at Cancun's batting, only single hit games here, and the only run was from Cade Munson. Over on the Death Valley side, we have a hit, 2 RBIs, and 2 walks from Sim, and the home run from Cologne as well. And 2 hits and a run scored from LaFleur. Pitching-wise for Cancun, Vivi Zielman, 0-2, taking their second loss. And Death Valley, Ed Barker, their third win. 3-0 now for Ed Barker in the postseason, with Balquin getting their first save. Player of the game is Ed Barker. Ed Barker, 7.0 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 10 strikeouts, 89 pitches. Only 89 pitches.
That's a real quality start from him, and I guess he'll be well rested for his next game.
Absolutely.
He only had to go 89.
So we're going to advance to game number 3, and I'm going to come back over here. And so since we did have the changes here for the lineups, now we're going to the home lineup for Cancun. There's home lineup for right-handed pitcher. There's home lineup.
Oh, yeah, home lineup.
For left-handed pitcher, and now we're going to go over to DVS. and do the away lineup. And away lineup for DBS versus righties. Oh, did that? Okay, something was weird. Let me do both again just to be sure. Away lineup versus righties, and away lineup versus lefties. And let me pull back up Discord, see if we have any updates here. Everything look good, Bauer and Davey?
I think Toros want to see their home lineup because they're going home now.
Okay, not a problem. We'll pull that up. And so here's the lineup we have for home. Please verify, Davey, that these are correct. They are the same for both sides. So we just need to verify that the lineup itself is correct.
It's I have it here. Let me see. Salmons, Knox, Carter.
Okay, do I need to check your pitcher stamina or anything like that, Toros? Anything else you'd like me to look at?
Yeah, they're good to go.
Okay, and for Scorpions, we got something. Oh, that was you responding in there.
Yeah, I was asking what's up with them. I think they're good to go.
All right. Do we have anything on their? Oh, here it is for home games, but we don't have one listed here for the away games. Can you pull up your JSync and pull up their lineup card, and we'll check their away? Management, Majors lineup cards, Scorpions lineup card.
Looks like he said if Arm is batting third, it should be good. And it does look like Arm is batting third.
Yeah, lineup cards. Here we go.
And he said check first left-handed pitching, please.
Oh, sure. I'm flipping through them, and I don't see any changes when I flip through them, so they're both the same on both sides.
He says thanks. So it's good that they're identical. We're all good.
All right, and so that is the correct for the away lineup then? You looking at it now, Scott? I can read them off to you, and you can just confirm if you can. Does it show home and away on their lineup card post?
I'm looking for it. Let's see.
It should be the very first post on the Scorpions lineup card.
Oh, on the okay, I see. Yeah. So let's see. Sim, Love, Orem, but they're on the road, right, for this next game. So
yeah,
we should probably check that first.
Yeah, it's the away one. I have Sim, Love, Orem, Lefebvre, Springfield, Fullman, last name Cologne, and LaFleur.
Yeah, it looks good. So Sim, Love, Orem. Yeah, looks good.
All right, and
yeah, game 3 is it should be Shane Green.
Oh, pitching?
Yeah. Sorry about that, y'all.
Shane Green, 130 pitches.
Fuck. Bleep sarcasm. All my homies hate sarcasm.
All right, so I guess we're all good then.
Yeah, for anyone just joining us, we're all tied up here. One game apiece heading into game 3. So.
All right, well, let's take a look at our pitchers for this game. We have Shane Green, 0-0 with a 1.80 ERA versus striker spin rate, 1-0 with a 2.45 ERA. Series is tied at 1. And pulling up the lineups here, we have 3 Toros, 6 Scorpions. So Scorpions, a 2-1 margin on the batting. And Toros with the advantage in pitching here with striker spin rate, 76 overall versus 70 overall with Shane Green. So pretty evenly matched here, and we're going to get started with Sim as our first batter, and Scott, take it away.
Catching a lot of heat for swearing. Blame Shads. If I'm allowed to position blame on something, I'm blaming Shads. That's in left field for the first out of the inning, a fly out for Sim. So James Love, season 13. Swifty, that's in right field. That's deep. That's barely over the fence.
Out of the park.
Strike 3.
Oh, I dropped from Discord. Sorry about that. Let me fix that real quick. Oh, for some reason it closed.
Oh,
give
there
me
we go.
give me just a second, guys. Is the screen working now as well?
Yeah.
I can see you in the chat. I don't see the stream yet.
Let me restart the. Let me restart here. Hold on.
All right, we're good now.
Is it working now?
Yeah, we're good to go.
Cool.
Out of the
Toro's
park.
looking to come back in this game after that homer, but that's a drop strikeout for Raven Knox. He's out. Ace Carter strikeout. Shane Green stepping in here for the Scorpions. And that's a base hit for Bauer. DVS up 4-1, kind of missed that, but they're happy. That's a grounder. Ooh, and that's out. So 1 run come across, but DVS still up big here, 4-1 in a tied series. And that's a pop up, and that's a pop out. Striker spin rate. Also season 13, that's Peter LaFleur. That's a fly out. So with 2 outs, Sim. Ooh, a 2-out walk. So James Love.
Strike 3.
Strikeout looking. So we'll go back to the Toros bats here. Steele with the ground out. Cade Munson having a good playoffs, and that's a fly ball. Left fielder is trotting out, though. That's an out. So Tanner Hopman, who's was with us earlier, 24 red crayons, and that's a base hit. And that's a 2-out single for Tanner. Oh, he's going to go. And he's safe. Nice stolen base. So fitted. Strikeout. Wow. So top of the third. Here we go. Scorpions up big. That's in the good gap, but that's going to be caught by the right fielder. Lefebvre in the shallow left fly ball. That's an out. So 2 outs for Springfield. That's a fly ball. A lot of contact this inning, but that's an out. So we'll go bottom of the third. Toros down 3. And second baseman's going to go out to the grass and make the grab. So Raven Knox. Nice play, James Love. And Raven Knox dropped that for a single. So Carter with a runner on first. And that's going to drop in right for a base hit. Runner's going to go to third. So we got runners on the corners now for Bauer. That's a fly ball. Runner's probably going to tag here. And that's caught for the out. Easy sack fly for the Toros. 2 outs now. And that's a base hit for Jose. Tentacion, you may remember, had the clutch walk-off last series. And that's a grounder. And that's a ground out. So another run comes across the top of the fourth. Danny B, what's up?
All right, Danny B coming at you live from Bowie Wowie Stadium here, home of the Cancun Toros. Love it. Ian Fullman stepping up. He hits it over the left side of the infield there into the corner. He's running for second. He'll slide in, and he's safe. Safe with that double to lead him off. First name, last name coming in, and he strikes out looking. Cologne now. Cologne hits it to the shortstop. He'll look the runner back to second and get the out. That'll bring in LaFleur, who will take a walk first and second now for Sim. And Sim strikes out. So that'll do it. That'll retire the side for the Scorpions. And the Toros will come into bat now. Munson will strike out looking. Hotman will strike out swinging as Shane Green continues to deal here. Fitted will take his walk, and Salmons will also take a walk. So runners first and second, both walked in, and it looks like they'll make them pay. That's in the corner. Raven Knox just spanks that one into the right field corner, and both runs come in to score. So the game is all tied up 4 apiece here in the bottom of the 4th. Oh, but maybe I spoke too soon. We'll see. The play's going to be close. They're calling him safe. 5-4. Cancun Toros take the lead here.
Wow, 2-out magic.
Absolutely, as that one is hit into right field by Bauer. It'll be caught, but I don't think they're too disappointed with the way that inning went as we head into the top of the 5th. Scorpions just got to hope they can get that one back from striker spin rate. As James Love hits it to the second baseman, that's a ground out. Aram will step in from the right side. He hits it, and the second baseman's running out for it. So 2 outs now. Lefebvre is in, and he hits it to the shortstop, the other side of the infield, but that's fielded and thrown over to first for the out. So Toros look to add here now as Tentacion hits that to the shortstop. He's out. Steele will step in, swinging it right-handed. He hits that, the second baseman goes back, but he's not fast enough for that one. That'll fall for a nice easy single as Munson steps in.
Pitching change.
And he checks the swing. We got Dusty Collins pitching now. So it looks like he struck out there on the stolen base, or was he thrown out?
Double play, so a strikeout
Double play.
and a gun out.
Strike them out, throw 'em
easy
out.
double
Don't see
play.
that too often.
Strike 3.
And Fullman will strike out as well.
Wow.
First name, last name's in now, and he hits it with loud sound, but they're able to get the out at second here. The team reaches first on the fielder's choice, and Cologne will strike out. So there's the top of the 6th. Now we're in the bottom with Hopman. Good loud sound on that bat. The center fielder's running back for it. He'll catch it just shy of the warning track. Fitted. Comes in now and hits it along the third base line there. Third baseman hasn't played, and he's able to gun it over with a strong arm. Tilapia's back in. Hits it to the shortstop. Good range on the shortstop there to field that ball. And they'll send it up to LBG.
And top of the 7th we go. Death Valley. Number 9 hitter, LaFleur. LaFleur, right to the second baseman, throws cross out number 1. Top of the order, Sim now. Sim to the third baseman, throws all the way across the diamond there, and that is out number 2. James Love down the right field line, and James Love going for 2. He slides in. He's going to be safe with the double. Runner in scoring position now for Andrew Oram. And Oram will take a walk. And now hot hitter Lefebvre coming up. 2 on, 2 out. Down by 1, Lefebvre. And this looks like it's going to be able to be caught by the left fielder. Fly out. Out number 3, 2 runners stranded. Bottom of the 7th we go, 7th inning stretch time. Raven knocks up to the shortstop, and that'll be out number 1. Ace Carter, hot hitter. Carter towards the good gap on the right side, but the right fielder is going to be there in time to catch it.
Strike 3.
And a strikeout from Anthony Bauer, and that'll do it. And we now move to the top of the 8th. Middle of the lineup here for the Scorpions, and that is over the shortstop's head. Smitty Springfield getting a leadoff base hit. I am Fullman now. Fullman will take a walk. 2 on now, no outs. First name, last
Instead
name.
of pulling shower handle.
Strike 3.
And that is a strikeout. Shower still keeping in. This one's going to be over the shortstop or the second baseman's head, and we now have bases juiced. Towards the gap, left center, but it does have it the height. The center fielder is able to catch it, and the throw. The runner tags, and he is safe. And that is a tie game now, 5-5.
Here we go.
Runner first to second, and we'll get a strikeout here from Sim. And that does it for DBS as we move now to the bottom of the 8th. Cancun. Tentacion. Right to the line drive to the pitcher. Out number 1. DJ Steele. Towering shot left side. And that is way back there, all the way up and over near the back wall. And a 400
Out of the park.
right? 431 feet on that one. And Cancun breaks the tie. 6-5 now.
Strike 3.
And the strikeout here from Munson will bring up Hotman. Hotman, check swing walk. 2 on, 1 out now for Michael Fitted. In a cold streak right now. And this one's drilled right to the shortstop. Makes the play at second. Retires the side, but Cancun gets one on the board and breaks the tie. It's now 6-5. Last chance for DBS. But they are near the top of their lineup here. James Love, number 2 batter, coming up first. James Love striking out. Andrew Oram. And Andrew Oram to the third baseman, throws across, and final chance here, Lefebvre. Hot hitter Lefebvre, can he do something? And Lefebvre will take a walk, keeping the Scorpions' chances alive. Smitty Springfield coming up now. 1 on, 2 out. And he got beamed. Smitty Springfield getting hit by the pitch. Now I am Fullman. 2 on, 2 out, Fullman to the pitcher. Throws to first, and that'll do it, retiring the side and finishing the game as Cancun wins this one and breaks the tie, now leads 2-1 in the season 21 World Series. So let's take a look at our stats here for the game. 10 hits to 7, Cancun Toros with the advantage. Looking at Death Valley's batting, we have a run, 2 hits, and an RBI from James Love. Run, 2 hits, and 3 RBIs from Fullman. And over on the Cancun side, 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 RBIs from Knox. 2 hits and an RBI from Ace Carter. Run, 2 hits, and an RBI from Steele. On the pitching end for Death Valley, no decision for Green, and Balquin will take their first loss. 1-1 now for them in the postseason. Cancun, striker spin rate, no decision. Shower handle the fourth, gets the win and the second blown save. And Bartolo Pizza gets their first save as well. So, Ian Fullman is our player of the game. There we go. Game 3 is now in the books. I'm going to go ahead and...
Batter from the losing team.
Right?
Been a crazy series. Steele really smoked that one, though. I think it went 435 feet.
He looked like it bounced off the wall of the bullpen.
Yeah, he definitely got all of it.
Right. Let me pull up the chat here over in Discord, see if we have any changes. Could they see stamina? Absolutely. Let's go ahead and pull up the Toros pitching. And the next pitcher scheduled is Pearson. Pearson has 100%. VV Zielman at 58% and spin rate at 0%. So I imagine you'll still want to stick with Pearson here.
They're probably looking at relief pitcher stamina as well.
All right, we can take a look at that. Amp Dupree, 62%. Shower Handle, 49%. Carsey, 58%. Oh, that was starting pitcher. Relief pitcher, 91%. Pizza, 76%. Side, 100%. And Randall, 100% as well.
Carsey's pitching in relief in this series, so that's why his stamina is a little yellow.
Right.
Everything looks good, he said. All right, cool.
All right, now we just need confirmation from Pearson Man and the Scorpions if they have any changes.
I just messaged them, so.
All right. Pretty exciting series so far. Back and forth, not with just the leads, but the games won as well. No clear advantage here to either team. Scorpions, even though they're down by 1, still playing like a team that could come from behind. So we're going to have to see how the rest of the series goes, but this could go to 7 games.
Yeah,
very much up in the air.
Yeah, what were you saying, Dan?
I was going to say very much up in the air. I mean, the starting pitchers especially have been phenomenal for both teams, and you know the batters have been able to claw a couple runs on the board, but no team has looked dominant in any of these games.
No, we've seen both teams kind of be down, fight back, just kind of do it all, and yeah, Toros are barely up 2-1. This is like LBG said, we'll probably see this one go pretty deep. I'm thinking 6 games as a floor and 7 obviously as a ceiling. I don't think it goes anything less than 6.
All right, so it looks like Harry Styles is 100% here for Scorpions, so I'm imagining they're going to win with Styles, and I'm not seeing any response here from Pearson Man. I'm going to give him another 30 seconds or so. Let's go ahead and tag him as well.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a Game 7 here. I think it's going to go down to the wire.
We've only seen one Game 7 in the whole playoffs. That was the semifinals
Right.
between
Voyagers and
yeah, because I know Majors. The first round was 3-1, 3-1. Minors first round also.
I think
didn't
we had
really
a
go the
5-game series. The other team did.
Oh, there was a one that went the distance.
5-game. It was just not a 7.
The 66ers.
yeah, I think it was
Yeah, I think it was-
66ers.
Yeah.
And Hepcats, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fun fact: Swifties went undefeated in the playoffs. Yes, sir. Shout out to Danny
Don't have
G.
to remind me. It's a magical ride for all of us.
Someone asked for what game we're on. We're about to start Game 4. Toros up 2-1. They get one more home game. Oh no. Wait, 2 more home games.
Yeah.
2-3-2, right? Yeah.
All right, so it looks
they
like. Oh, go ahead.
Ooh, they can clinch at home. Yeah, no, they're actually in the driver's seat now.
All right, so it looks like Scorpions are good, Toros are good. Both teams are ready to go, and we're going to get started with game number 4 here. Pitching for DBS, we have Harry Styles, 0-1 with a 5.51 ERA versus Nate Pearson, 1-2 with a 7.36 ERA. Cancun leads the series 2-1. And looking at the lineups here, we have 3 for Toros, 6 for Scorpions. Scorpions with the batting advantage. And Scorpions with the pitching advantage here. Harry Styles 75 versus Pearson 74. So just 1 skill point difference between the 2 pitchers here. Real pitcher duel we're probably about to have. And Sim will be our first batter as we get started with Thomas God.
Here we go. Nate Pearson, Leafers here with us tonight. Jang-Won Sim. Jang-Won Sim with the grounder and the ground out. James Love. Fellow Swiftie, that's a fly ball. And that's in center field. That's caught for the out. Andrew Oram, you may know him as AU Gold, with the grounder and the ground out. So Leafer, 1-2-3. Sam is the second. Shadows. And that's a base hit. That's a single, leadoff single for Tilapia. Salmon's the second. Shadows had me cursing earlier. That's in the good gap. That's going to be a base hit. That's maybe a run if Salmon's wants to test. Nope. Okay, so runners on second and third after that double. Ace Carter, fly ball. The runner will go. Both runners go. And Salmon's is safe. So Cancun drawing first blood here in game 4. It's a strikeout from Bauer. Tentacion. Ooh, back-to-back strikeouts for Styles. So LaFave will come up for the Scorpions. Top of the second, that's a strikeout. Smitty. That's going to be a base hit. Scorched hit to the left fielder. So we'll bring up I Am Fullman. Base. Oh, nope. Grounder. Shortstop. What a play from Ace Carter to go for the dive, get up and make the throw. Nice heads-up play. And here we go. First name, last name. Will they bring the runner? They do. And no throw from the relay cutoff. So 1-1 now. After that RBI from first name, last name, strikeout for Cologne. So Cancun will come up 1-1. That's a pop-up. Second baseman gets out there, makes the grab. So 1 out for Munson and the Toros. That's a grounder. That's also a ground out. So Tanner Hotman, 24 red crayons. Oh, and that's going to be a base hit. Getting that average up. Nice work with 2 outs. So Michael Fitted. Oh, and they'll go. And they're safe. Tanner Hotman. So playoff Fitted. Strikeout. So we'll go back to DVS, LaFleur. LaFleur will ground out. So top of the order now, Sim and then Love. And that's a walk. So Love with the runner on first. And that's a fly ball. And that's a fly out. What's up, my GM, AJ? Oh, and that's a stolen base. And they're safe. So Andrew Orm with the runner in scoring position. And that's a base hit. Will the center fielder make the throw? And they won't even try. A RBI from AU Gold. LaFave will come up. and ground out. So 2-1, bottom of the third. Cancun down a run, up in the series though. 2-1, and that's a grounder, and that's a ground out. Harry Styles still in. Raven knocks, strikeout. So back-to-back outs for Harry Styles, also a Swiftie, and that's a strikeout. So top of the fourth.
Yeah, Cancun
Danny
hasn't
B.
had a lead since the first inning, but they'll look to get one back here for sure as they pitch to the Scorpions in the top of the fourth. That one's hit into left field. It'll hang up there, plenty of time for left fielder to make the play. Ian Fullman steps in, and he hits that in the right field corner. I don't ever get gaps, but it seems whenever I'm on, they love to hit him into those corners. So he'll stand on second with just one out. First name, last name in now. And he hits that over the left infield there. It's played by the left fielder, and then we have runners in the corners that didn't test his arm. As Cologne hits that to the second baseman onto the shortstop and back to first for the double play to keep that run from scoring. Maybe they can turn some defensive magic into some offensive magic as Bauer steps in. But he strikes out. Tentacion. He hits that. The second baseman runs out. He makes the grab. Shallow right field there. As Steele comes in, that one will fall way out of the way for the second baseman to even try. He's safe on first. And that one's hit into the gap, but it will be caught. Hung up, not enough of a line drive on that one. Scorpions will come back up, hoping to pad their lead. LaFleur, a diving play by the right fielder. He lays out for it, comes up with it. As Sim takes a walk, bringing in James Love. He's set on the third baseline. The third baseman able to make a play, but the throw is bumbled. First and second. We get our fumble bumble up here. Oh, and the runner advances on what looked like a little bit of a passed ball. And they'll juice the bases here with only one out. Ferb has an opportunity to do a ton of damage here, and he hits it hard. It's caught by the left fielder, but I think it'll be good enough for one run. We'll see. He's safe. That's one run in. Runner on second decided to stay. So Springfield has just the one runner in scoring position, but he'll strike out. As Hotman comes up for the Toros, they're 2 runs down now that they need to get back. Fitted, he's been cold, and he'll strike out looking. Tilapia Salmon's in, swings it into left field, and he's able to catch that one. So they go down 1-2-3. As Fullman strikes out from the left side of the plate there. First name, last name up again, batting clean 300. He sends it back up the batter's eye, past the pitcher and the shortstop. He's safe on first. Cologne will strike out, bringing in LaFleur with 2 outs. Runner on first, he'll strike out. So we're into the bottom of the 6th now with Raven Knox. He knocks it to the shortstop, and they'll make the play. Looks like he had a little trouble coming up with that one, but able to hold on for the out. That one's hit on the line and past the first baseman. So Carter's safe. He's going for 2. Wow, didn't expect that, but the good speed worked out for him. He's standing safe on second. Bauer will strike out, so Tentacion is the last hope here. They could tie it up with one swing, but he'll strike out instead. We're off to you, LBG.
All right, top of the 7th. Top of the order for the Scorpions as well. Leading by 2, Sim. Sim will strike out, and now James Love. Love down the left field line, into the corner. Left fielder picks this one up and throws it, but it's going to be a slide-in double. Love getting on base. Orem. And this looks like a fly out to the center field. Center fielder's really having to hook it to come in and grab that one. LaFave now. 1 on, 2 outs. LaFave. And a sliding catch by the center fielder. No!
He dropped it.
He dropped it, and that is a fumble. And that's going to score a run, and DBS extends their lead 4-1 now.
Wow.
And this is going to be a fly out to left field for Smitty Springfield. That'll retire the side, leaving one stranded, but DBS gets another on the board. It expands their lead 4-1. Bottom of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time. And Steele hitting to the second baseman, out number 1. Munson striking out, and now Tanner Hotman, and this is going to be a fly out to center field, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. Top of the 8th we go now. DBS. Ian Fullman. Fly out to left field, out number 1. First name, last name. This one's hit to the shortstop. throws over, gets to play, out number 2, and now Cologne. And this is a fly out towards right field and a 1-2-3 inning. And we now move to the bottom of the 8th. Down by 3, 6 outs remaining. Toros need to do something, and that's going to help get us started here. Michael Fitted with the cold hitter was able to get the hit though. Get on base. Pitching change. We have Tristan Luong now. And that looks like they got the runner at second there, but not at first. This is going to drop for base hit in front of the right fielder. Runner going to third. And we now have runners at the corners, 1 out.
Strike 3.
And a strikeout here from hot hitter Carter, and that'll bring up Anthony Bauer. Potential MVP candidate Bauer here. And Bauer strikes out looking. And that retires the side. 3 more outs remaining for Cancun here, down by 3. The leadoff strikeout for LaFleur on the Scorpion side, top of the 9th. Top of the order now, Sim. Sim strikes out looking, and now James Love. And Love will take the walk. Andrew Orm now 1 on, 2 out.
Strike 3.
And Orm strikes out looking as well.
Pizza.
And here we go, Cancun, last chance, 3 outs. This one drilled to the right, third baseman, Tentacion getting thrown out. DJ Steele. Steele over the shortstop's head. That'll be a base hit. Cade Munson now, 1 on, 1 out. Munson striking out. Last chance here. Tanner Hotman. Hotman strikes out,
Wow.
and DBS ties the series now. 2 games to 2. Beating the Cancun Toros 4-1.
Where have we heard that before?
Right? And let's go ahead and take a look at the batting information here. 8 hits to 7, 2 errors for the Toros. One of them was pretty costly. Death Valley, looking at their batting, we have 2 runs from Sim. And multi-hit, we have first name, last name, 3 hits and a RBI. Over in the Cancun side, 2 hits for Knox, 2 hits for DJ Steele. Pitching-wise for Death Valley, Harry Styles gets the win. 1-1 now on the postseason. 7.0 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 11 strikeouts, 119 pitches. Luong gets her second save, and for Cancun, Nate Pearson takes her 3rd loss and is now 1-3. Player of the game is Harry Styles. All right, 4 in the books. Now moving to day number 5, and since it is still home for Toros, away for Scorpions, we're just going to take a look at their stamina for their pitchers so they can get an idea. Ed Barker for the Scorpions is at 100% and is slated to start. We'll go ahead and check the Toros as well. Viva Zielman is at 99% rested. We'll just take a look at the other ones. Pearson at 0. Striker spin rate at 27. So it looks like it's going to be Barker and Zielman. But we're going to go ahead and move over here to Discord chat and see if we have any updates from either team. Davey saying,
I didn't realize the delay of, because people, kind of probably scheduled out their night because free agency does start at after the last out is completed in the World Series. So a little delay. Well, little delay with that. So people, just waiting. Sorry about that.
not a problem.
We're holding you hostage.
Yeah, teams have been kind of waiting for this last out, teams that planned out to have space at this time. So it should be interesting to see, what moves are made come the new season Monday morning. A lot of opt-outs from the opt-out thread, and teams are clearing out space. A lot of free agents this offseason. Yeah, so that's why the viewers are picking up, I feel like, right? Like, people are like, okay, can we start free agency now, or?
Nope, not yet.
We should be good. Pearson Man said same here at 8:51.
All
So
right.
I think we're set.
I'll just give him 20 more seconds here just to see if anything last second.
The fun thing about our off seasons is that they're literally a week. Sometimes they feel shorter because players don't really have much turnaround between free agency starting and getting in a locker room, getting situated, because teams need to have their lineups ready for spring training. And You only got about a week, so the quicker you can get that going, you could start testing. Yeah, a lot of moving and shaking in the next 4 or 5 days. So
All right, so it looks like Pearson Man says that Scorpions are good as well. So we're going to go get started with game number 5. Series is tied 2-2. Cancun's last home game of the series here. Pitching wise for DBS, we have Ed Barker 3-0 with a 1.80 ERA. That is great. Versus VB Zielman 0-2 with a 9.00 ERA. And here we go. Looking at the matchups. Still 6-3 batting wise for the Scorpions, and Scorpions have the advantage here as well. Ed Barker 70 versus 61 overall for VB Zielman. And Sim will be our first batter with Hummus God taking over top of the first.
here we go. VB Zielman is your pitcher for the Toros. Sim is your batter.
Strike 3.
That's a strikeout. James Love. Fly ball and fly out. So here we are, game 5, tied up 2-2. That's a grounder. And that's a ground out. So 3 up, 3 down for VB Zielman. Tilapia Salmon's the second. Here we go. For the Toros. Strikeout. Raven Knox. Here we go. Ooh, base hit. That's against the right field wall. And they're going to get in there standing up. So a 1-out double for Raven Knox. Ace Carter, the shortstop. And that's a base hit in right field. Will the runner come? Nope. Not going to test the arm of the right fielder, Willie Colon. So Anthony Bauer. Strikeout. So 2 outs for Tentacion. And that's a ground out. Fielder's choice at second. So LaFave will come up for the Scorpions. And we'll draw a leadoff walk. So Springfield will pop it up. Third baseman's getting out in foul territory. Ian Fullman will draw a walk. So first name, last name, the catcher. Ooh, that's in the outfield over the center fielder's head. So a run will score. A couple runs will score. First name, last name with a clutch 2-run double in Game 5 of the World Series, and that's a passed ball. Fumble bumble.
Fumble bumble.
Scorpions looking to take control here, and that's going to be a sack. Was that a sack single? Sack out? Sack grounder? But that's going to be a base hit for LaFleur with 2 outs. So 3-0 Scorpions up, and that's a ground out to end the inning. So a lot of damage done, but the Toros still in this game only down 3. That's a base hit. We've seen these games, you know, how they go. And a stolen base, and they're safe. Steal. Clutch steal, playoff steal. And a grounder, and a ground out. So Tanner Hotman, 24 red crayons. And that's a base hit in right field. Steele's going to come home and score their first run of the game. So 3-1 now, and a stolen base, and they're safe. So Fitted will strike out. Salmon's the second. Oh, that's a hard hit ball at the right field wall. It's in the gap. That's going to be a run scored. And Salmon's going for 3. That's a 3-bagger. It's now 3-2. Wow, nice triple by Salmon. So Knox with a pop-up. Shortstop's there, but 2 runs scored for the Toros. Now Scorpions up a run. And that's a leadoff walk for Love. Orem. Oh, second out the warning track in the right center portion of the outfield. The fade will draw a walk. So Smitty Springfield. And that's in left field. And that will be caught for the out. So I'm Fullman. And that's a grounder. Steps on first baseman, steps on the bag. So Toros down a run, bottom of the third. And that's going to be a leadoff single for Ace Carter. Got to be the MVP of the Toros offense. And that's a grounder. And they get the out at second. And they get the, wow, easily doubled up. So 1-6-3. Yeah. Tentacion with the ground out. So just like that, Ed Barker turns that into just escaping out of that with no damage done. And we'll go top of the fourth.
They did a great job of bailing out their pitcher there. His first name, last name steps in. And the center fielder dives. He catches it. He spears it. just before it hit the ground there. And Cologne is beamed. He's hit, so he'll take his free pass to first. As LaFleur hits that softly to the second baseman, they take the fielder's choice at second. And Sim will hit that into left field. It's caught, so Scorpion's not able to do anything with that hit batter. As Steele steps in, and he grounds out. Munson will come in. Ed Barker's still pitching well. Oh, and he pitches that one well right into him. Hopman's up now, hits that into center field, and it looks like he was able to make the catch there.
What?
He kind of slid for that one and held the runner at first even.
What a
As
catch!
that one's hit into foul territory and caught by the catcher. So some wild catches of balls in that inning.
Looked like he slid on his stomach and reached around and caught it behind his back.
Right, that was crazy as James Love steps in here, left side. And he hits that one just past home plate, the catcher able to field it. As Arms strikes out looking. And Lefebvre will step in. He hits that one on the infield. Hit it pretty soft, and it looks like he hit it soft enough, so he's able to beat it out. Make it on to first. But he'll be grabbed there on the fielder's choice, and that'll end the inning. Springfield not able to advance him. Salmons will step in now for the Toros. Still just need that one run to tie the game, and a leadoff single is a good way to get that started. Raven Knox now will come up. They have the top of the order, so this is the time for them to get it done if they're gonna. Oh, and Raven Knox hits into a double play there. So not what they were looking for. Carter will hit that to the third baseman, and he beats that one out. So they have a runner on again, but now with 2 outs. Bauer needs to deliver, and he will strike out instead to retire the side. So Scorpions will come back up here in the top of the 6th. I am Fullman. Hits that into the gap. Finally got to say it. Bounces off the wall there, and he slides into second. Shout out to I am Fullman. First name, last name coming in now. He'll strike out. Cologne, right fielder. He's not been hitting it well, but he can be the hero for his team right here. Instead, he will ground out. He does advance the runner to third. LaFleur now. And he'll get that through, so that's an RBI single. Past the second baseman there into center field. And Sim will have an opportunity here to move that runner from first. He hits it to first. He'll step on the bag himself and he's out. And the unassisted there. And he will step into bat here. Tentacion. He hits that one past the left side of the infield into left field. He's safe on first. Steele hits that, and there's another double play. So this game has been full of them, and neither team is able to stay out of it. Munson's in now with 2 outs. He takes a walk. Hopman steps in. He's right-handed, and he gets a loud sound, but it looks like the center fielder is going to have plenty of time. So signing off from Bowie Wowie Stadium for the last time this season, I'll send it over to you, LBG.
All right. Number 2 hitter for the Scorpions coming up, top of the 7th, James Love. James Love striking out. Scorpions ahead right now, 4-2.
Strike 3.
Strikeout for Andrew Oram, and now Lefebvre. Lefebvre will take a walk. 1 on, 2 out for Smitty Springfield. Springfield to the gap left side, and that'll be runners at, oh, he's going to third. Runners at the corners now. Runner in scoring position for Ian Fullman. Fullman, line drive, right field, and right to the right fielder makes the catch, leaving 2 runners stranded. We now move to the 7th inning stretch. Bottom of the order for the Toros. Cold hitter Michael Fitted. See if they can break their streak here. Fitted, and this is going to be a fly out to left field, out number 1. Top of the order, Tilapia Salmons the second. Salmons over the third baseman's head, and that's going to be a single. 1 on, 1 out. Raven Knox. Knox down the left field line. This might score a runner here. Runner going to third. And oh boy, they threw in time, and this is going to be an out. And runner gets thrown out, but there is a runner at third as well. And over the second baseman's head, and that's going to score an RBI here for hot hitter Carter. And it is now 4-3.
Horrible base runner.
Right. Tapper to the third baseman, throws across to first base, gets the out, leaves the runner stranded. Cancun gets 1 on the board. We now move to the top of the 8th. DVS up by 1. Bottom third of the order here for the Scorpions. First name, last name. Hits to third baseman, out number 1. Cologne. Strikeout, out number 2, and now LaFleur. LaFleur to the shortstop, and 3 up, 3 down for DBS. Up by 1, here we go, 6 outs remaining for Cancun. This one's a tapper to the pitcher, and Tentacion's thrown out. DJ Steele. Steele, another tapper to the pitcher, and thrown out as well, and now Cade Munson. Munson strikeout, and 1-2-3 inning. 3 outs remaining for Cancun here. DBS only need 1 more win after this if they're able to get this one. And that's going to be a leadoff double here for the Scorpions. The Sim gets on base. And towering fly ball towards right field. James Love is out. Sim stays on second. And a steal by Sim to third, and Sim's on third now. And this is going to be infield fly out to second baseman. Out number 2. LaFave now. 2 outs, 1 on. LaFave towards the gap, left side. Sim come home to score. And LaFave gets the RBI double and makes the score now 5-3. And this looks like a fly out to center field. He's having to run in to grab that one. But they do retire the side. And last chance here for Cancun, down by 2. Hotman, Fitted, and Salmons the second. Tanner Hotman.
Strike 3.
Striking out. Michael Fitted still in this cold streak, trying to break that. And to the first baseman, runs over and makes a tag. And that is out number 2. Last chance, Tilapia Salmons. Salmons. And this is going to be a foul ball fly out to the catcher, and that's going to do it. And DBS takes the lead and now leads the series 3-2, winning this one with the score of 5-3. All right, let's take a minute here and
Brass Lemon.
Right.
Closing out the game. Nice save.
And let's look at the batting stats here. We have 12 hits to 8 in the Toros' favor, but they just weren't able to get the run scored, especially with that throw out to home. That was a risky call there, trying to get that extra base. Looking at Death Valley's batting, we have a run, 2 hits, and an RBI from LaFave, 2 runs and a hit from Fullman, hit in 2 RBIs, first name, last name, and 2 hits and an RBI from LaFleur. Over on the Cancun side, 3 hits and a run from Tilapia Salmons, 4 hits, 4 for 4 from Ace Carter with an RBI. And moving down to pitching, Death Valley, Ed Barker getting their 4th win, 4-0 now in the regular season, or the postseason, I should say, for Ed Barker. 5.2 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 116 pitches. Collins the hold and Lemon the save. Over on Cancun side, Vivi Zillman is now 0-3 on the postseason, and Elliot LaFave is our player of the game. So we're going to go ahead and advance now 2 days. And now we do the Scorpions home lineup. Home for righties. Home for lefties. Let's switch these back and forth, make sure those are all good. And now we'll go over here to the Toros. Get them on right-handed pitcher. Away for them. And left-handed pitcher away for them as well, and we'll swap these back and forth, check these 2. Both of those look good. Now we'll move on to the pitching. Striker spin rate is at 97% rested, 51% for Pearson, and Zierman, who just pitched, 27%. So we'll go ahead and switch over here to the Scorpions pitching. Shane Green at 100%. Styles at 52%, and Ed Barker at 24%. So I'm going to move over here to Discord and to our channel
like
with
the
GMs.
Toros want VV classified as a stopper for this next game.
Okay, we can take care of that. Any conditions on that, Davey? Normal usage, or what, a stopper would be like 7th and later, 8th and later, something like that? And VV as
7th and close high leverage.
stopper, 7th and close, high leverage. There you go. And we'll take a look at the Scorpions. I do see an update here on them.
I don't know. You might need to change them to a 2-man rotation. I don't know if that matters or not.
Oh yeah, I'll fix that. Oh boy,
Uh-oh.
that was
Did I lead you
Strikers.
astray?
Nope, no, we can fix that. Oh boy, now I don't know if spin rate had conditions on his pitch count. Let me go back over here. Davey, can you let us know in the Toros channel, did striker spin rate have a pitch count?
Looks like his is blank on their lineup card.
Okay. So we'll just go ahead and check the Scorpions now.
But I do think you need to set him to next starter,
Oh, right.
because otherwise it'll make Nate Pearson.
There we go. And he was the one that was rested, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Person Man, anything for you? I do see a tag here. All right, so
He's asking about home lineups. Yeah.
yeah, we'll just take a look at that again, just so Person Man can see it now that he's here.
Nice. Thank you, LBG.
Absolutely. So here's your right-handed pitcher home lineup, Person Man. It does have Lefebvre instead of Orem at third, and same for both sides. So if that's correct. And let me just show you Davey as well. Oh, no problem, Person Man. Let me just show Davey as well that his lineup is set to the away lineup now. Just let you take a look at that there, Davey, just to confirm. Great. All right, so I'll give the teams just another 15 seconds or so for any last-second changes, but it sounds like both GMs are good to go. All right, well, here we go. Person Man, I hope everything's set correctly now for you. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the pitching for game number 6, with Death Valley leading this series 3-2. On the Cancun side, starting first is striker spin rate, 1-0 with a 3.33 ERA, versus Shane Green for DVS with a 0-0 5.79 ERA. Pulling up our matchups. We have 5 for Scorpions and 4 this time. So this away lineup for the Toros seems to be doing a little bit better matchup-wise than the home lineup did. And they have the advantage here. Striker spin rate 76 overall versus 70 overall for Shane Green. And here we go. Michael Fitted up first. And take it away, Hummusgod, top of the first.
24 viewers away from cracking 100. Tempted to add everyone, but don't want people to send me mad messages. That's a strikeout. Sam is the second now. That's a strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts for Shane Green, Hummusgod Pod former guest. And that's a fly ball in left field, and that's out. So 1, 2, 3 for the Toros. Now the Scorpions bats. Crunk is such a bad influence. He's like, you better at everyone all the time. I'm like, bro, chill. You're going to get me fired. James Love with the grounder. That's a ground out. Lefebvre. Evok, who's here with us, that's a strikeout. So nothing doing for both teams. We'll go top of the second. Bauer, and that's a fly ball, and that's caught. Crunk's like, do it. That's 1 out. That's 2 outs after that strikeout by Shane Green. So Carter. Playoff Carter, and that's a line out. Now we go, I am Fullman. I'm saying everyone who's here, Evok, it's not, like, you're not the only one. Person Man was kind of here. That's a base hit.
Hey, look, Evok's here.
AU Gold's here, too. Yeah, Evok's here. Gold's here, too. Oh, and that's a fly ball. Yeah, you probably only noticed you. And was caught for the out. Runner moved. So runners on the corners. Willie Colon. And that's a fly ball in left. That's caught. And Smitty. And that's a ground out. Somebody, I think, was trying to get me to do the Castellanos. And it's a 4-0 ball game. Oh, and that's a fly ball. That's in left field. That's caught. So Cade Munson, that's a fly ball in center. That's also caught. It's a drive in the left. And that's a pop-up. That's a pop-out. So Shane Green really came to play tonight. LaFleur now for the Scorpions. And that's a base hit. Spin rate also came to play, second hit of the ball game. And that's another base hit, though. Sim bringing the runner to third. No outs. Runners on the corners for James Love. And stolen base. And save Sim. So both runners in scoring position. And that's deep. That's at the wall. And that's going to be both runs scored. RBI double.
Off the wall.
James Love. 2 RBI double. Playoff Love. So Lefebvre, strikeout. Fullman,
Strike 3.
strikeout, spin rate. Trying to settle in here. First name, last name. Oh, that's deep in right center. Good gap, and it's gone. Scorpions up 4-0. Up 3-2 in the series.
Out of the park.
First name, last name. Pearson, man, who is definitely with us, is dealing with all this hecticness earlier tonight. So, Krunk, I don't want to read that. Orem, and that's a walk. 4-0 ball game. So, looking to take the crown here in Game 6. And another walk. So, back-to-back walks. So, Smitty Springfield with both runners on first and second, and that's a grounder and ground out. So, wild half inning. Toros down 4-0. We'll go bring it to Danny B.
All right, yeah, Danny B coming at you live from the Danny DeVito tonight. As the Toros will try to work their way out of a 4-run hole here to stay alive and try and force a Game 7. Salmons will walk. Tentacion hits that to the shortstop, and there's another double play. Seems like every time I come live, the teams just throw a double play out there. So LaFleur now will hit that one very hard. That ball was flying off the wall. It'll be a double for LaFleur. That'll bring in Sim. He's going to hit that to the right side of the outfield. It's caught there by the right fielder. Bringing in James Love. Trying to pad their lead even a little bit more here. That's a bouncer on the third base line. Third baseman handles it well and gets the out. So 2 outs now, runner in scoring position, and that's in the gap. So he'll score easy as Lefebvre runs into second base. He's safe. So now we have a runner in scoring position for Fullman. Fullman hits that past the second baseman, and he's going to round. Safe. And now we have a stolen base, so the DVS just not willing to lay off the throttle here. They've got the pedal to the metal, and they're trying to get every last run they can. Look at 2 on the board there as the Toros step back in the top of the 5th. That's hit on the ground to the second baseman by Bauer. Raven Knox now in. He hits that on the right field. I'm sorry, on the right foul line there into the right field corner. So 1 out double, runner in scoring position for Carter, who's swinging a hot stick, batting .457, but he'll strike out there to lower that number just a tad. Steele sends it up the middle. The center fielder reads it well, has a good first step, and he makes the catch. We'll go now to Aram Gold, who's been with us, and he hits that one off the wall. So the balls are flying tonight at the Danny DeVito
according to
Stadium
Evoc,
here.
we've only been
Sorry,
saying
the Danny
Evoc's with us.
Dome. And Cologne will strike out. Springfield hits that to the shortstop. That's an out. And LaFleur hits that to the second baseman. So 3 groundouts there to get him out of the runner in scoring position.
All
Jam.
Scorpions.
And Munson, he's grounding out to second. Hopman's stepping in. He's striking out. So 2 outs here, and they really need to get some runs back sooner rather than later. But that one's on the ground to first and another out. So Scorpions will go back to bat here in the bottom of the 6th. There's another strikeout. It's Cade Carsey's dealing. Now for the Toros, James Love is in. And he hits that to the second baseman. There's a ground out. Lefebvre. And he strikes out. So Carsey able to get through the inning. And we'll send it up. Right? Yep. Send it up to LPG.
And here we go, top of the 7th, and it looks like Evoc's with us. Thanks for joining us, Evoc. And we'll get a strikeout here from Tilapia Salmons the second. Start us off. Tentacion. Line drive to the center fielder, out number 2. Anthony Bauer on a cold streak now. Bauer hitting to the shortstop, 1-2-3 inning. And that's going to do it for the top of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time. Scorpions up by 6. Still only a 1-hit game here for Cancun. Leadoff walk here. And that's a base hit on the left side. And first name, last name, and Fullman are on base for Andrew Oram. Andrew Oram, and now we have bases juiced. And here we go. Still no outs.
Strike 3.
And there we go. Out number 1 for Cologne, Smitty Springfield. And they walk home a run, and it is now 7-0. DBS. Are we going to see a pitching change here from Pizza? No, Pizza stays in. This is in the gap, and this could score 3 here. There's 1. There's 2. Here comes 3, and that's going to be a 3 RBI triple for LaFleur. Number 9 hitter coming through for DBS, and the score is now 10-0. And we do get a pitching change here. Randall coming in, and that is out number 2 there. And towards right center, and whoa, what the heck was that? That bounced off the guy's head in center field, it looked like.
Yep. Ground rule double.
This one's hit to the shortstop. Goes across, gets the out, leaves one stranded, but a 5-run rally by DBS in the bottom of the 7th makes the score now 11-0. All right, 6 outs remaining for Cancun here. Only 1 hit. They need to get something going. That's a tapper to the pitcher. That is out number 1. Here comes Carter, hot hitter. Can Carter get something? No, strikeout. And Shane Green just on fire today. And this one to the shortstop. Can he make the play in time? He does. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. 3 outs remaining for Cancun. DBS up by 11. Can they add even more?
Strike 3.
And that's a strikeout. This one's hit towards left field, and that is a diving catch for out number 2. And this one's down the right side in front of the right fielder, and that is a base hit with 2 outs. Orem on base. Here comes Cologne. Oh, and that's a bumble pass ball, and Orem moves to second. Base hit in front of the right fielder. Runners stay, and we have runners at the corners now. 2 outs. Tapper to the pitcher. Throws over, gets the out, and here we go. Last chance for Cancun. And we want to thank Evok again for joining us.
Strike 3.
Munson up, and Munson strikes out, and here we go. Tanner Hopman, excuse me.
Shane Green pitching a 1-hitter.
And that is a walk. And can we get something going here? And they finally switched the pitcher to Dusty Collins. Dusty gets a walk. 2 on, 1 out. Tilapia Salmon's the second, striking out looking. And last chance here, Tentacion, who was the hero of the semifinals, Game 7 against the Voyagers. Tentacion strikes out, and DBS wins. DBS.
The World Series. Congratulations, Scorpions, in 6 games. The Death Valley Scorpions are your season 21 champions. Shane Green had an absolute gem of a game, only gave up 1 hit the whole game.
1 hit, wow.
Wow.
And Danny B, if you want to grab these box score.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Death Valley Scorpions will go back-to-back here, World Series champions. They had 14 hits, scored 11 runs, compared to the Toros, who, like we said, were only able to manage 1 hit in those 9 innings. We'll go down Cancun's batting lineup, and their 1 hit went to Raven Knox. Of course, they weren't able to get a run, so people will say Fitted and Salmons get honorable mentions with their walks, as well as Hopman. And then Death Valley, I mean, they really feasted in this game. We have Sim with a hit and a run. We have James Love with 2 hits, 3 RBIs, and a run himself. We have Lefebvre with a hit, an RBI, and a run. We have Fullman with a hit, an RBI, and a run. First name, last name, 2 RBIs, 2 runs, 3 hits. Aram, he had 2 hits, a run, wasn't able to notch an RBI. Cologne had a hit to his credits, and Springfield, despite not getting a hit, looked like he had a a run and an RBI there. And LaFleur, our last batter, 3 RBIs, 3 runs, 3 hits. Going down to pitching, striker spin rate with the loss, only able to go 3.2 before getting pulled, giving up 6. Green, I mean,
All
was
right.
really the story of the night.
Yeah,
And he
definitely
was-
the player of the game. Tagged everybody. We're 31 viewers away from eclipsing 100. We peaked at 75, but wow, what a series. I said early in the series it was going to go as little as 6, obviously as most as 7. It did go 6. Scorpions in the DeVito Dome. Wow, absolute blowout win. First name, last name, World Series MVP. Definitely a lock for the Hall of Fame, no doubt. Congratulations, Pearson man.
And first name, last name with 25 at bats, 9 hits, 1 home run, 5 RBIs, 360 average over the series, and a 560 slugging. So again, congratulations to the Death Valley Scorpions, your PBE Season 21 Major League World Champions. And we're going to go ahead and upload to the index here. And before I do that, let me just go ahead and save this game. We've had some issues tonight. I want to make sure that that's just all covered there. There we go. And let me check our settings here. Should be top 2 rows in these. That's correct. Should be first and third row, and these down here. That is correct. These are correct. That is right. And off we go.
Yes, there was our blowout game finally. It was that last game of the series. Everything else, seemed pretty neck and neck.
Right?
Man.
What a crazy season.
Cancun was up 2-1, weren't they?
I believe they were. Yeah, the third game.
Wow, and DVS won 3 straight games.
And
They were up 1-0
Danny,
and then 2-1.
Danny B called it at the end of game 2, saying that the minimum was going to be 6 games at least. So went right to 6 games. So, pretty exciting all throughout the whole series. Up until that last game, yeah, that was the only one that was really far-fetched. But all the other games, I think, were within like 1 or 2 runs of each other.
And yeah, we
Evok said, "Don't forget
glad
him
Evok
here."
is with us.
And thanks for joining us, Evok.
So no money for anybody. We were going to raffle off 18 mil unless somehow we miraculously get up to 100 before this gets uploaded. But wow, what a night. It was definitely a little bit of a roller coaster. Had a lot of people get involved here. Peel back the curtain to let y'all know it was definitely pretty hectic. What happened with Super Tardis' stream was obviously none of his fault. Just that with his computer running this big game and sharing his screen, it kind of ruined the bandwidth and everything, and kind of took too much resources to run it, and it created a lag on stream. So it was tough to watch for the viewer. We tried to send it over mid-game to Danny B, who's with us obviously tonight. And what happened was when he got the file, it was the middle of the game, and so it wasn't clean. Everything was wrong, and it just wasn't good. So Legally Blind Gamer had a file that was ready to go, and that was clean from after the World Series, and so we got it going. And we restarted game 1, in which DVS was winning 3-2 in the 4th inning. And then the Toros won game 1. Then they went up 2-1. I think it was tied after 1.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
After 2, I mean.
Yeah, after
so
2.
It was 1-1, then 2-1, and then obviously DVS won 4-2. So, definitely a hectic night. A lot of people involved. A lot of people to thank. Thank you, Pearson man, for being on the fly, helping out. Enoch for giving us good pointers on what to do about what's going on. Super Tardis for stepping up and streaming. Leatherneck Mike for being our original co-host of the night. Then you had Legally Blind Gamer come out of nowhere. Bauer had that GIF where it's Undertaker coming out of the casket. And then Danny B is also a big one to thank, was here as our main backup. Got sent a file that was a little wonky. Just goes to show we really do have the strongest sim team out of any sim league, and just really the strongest job holders Everybody was contributing from a lot of different directions. Bauer even came to give good graces on a resim. A lot of action tonight, so we appreciate getting as many viewers as we did late in the night, like this, even though it was supposed to be probably much shorter. So,
And how would you feel, Hummus Scott, about me adding Leatherneck Mike and Super TARDIS to the pay, giving them $2 million each? Because it wasn't their fault. They did make an effort to try and be here with us, and I think they do deserve some sort of compensation for that.
it's like you should be commissioned, because I was thinking of the exact same thing. I was thinking about how to make this fair for everybody. I didn't want Super TARDIS to be so mad at himself. I want to give him something for the troubles. This was none of his fault. So yes, I think they just both each deserve a couple mil for putting everything they had into making it work. Everything that happened was outside of anybody's hands. So yes, definitely want to give them 2 mil. Obviously, you're getting the 4.
And you and
yeah,
Danny
I
B?
guess me and collect a couple mil. So a lot of money thrown around here tonight. It is World Series night, so it's fitting to have a lot of money tossed around. Yeah, Mike read a bunch of stats. Definitely Leatherneck Mike had a full pregame list of bullet points to get through. Super TARDIS worked so hard getting everything good to go. Yeah, Deep Arm 420, you can get some too. Just kidding. Yeah, a lot of people still with us. So as we upload the file for the last time for season 21, what do you guys think of season 21 overall? Minors, majors, any takeaways?
Well, I'll let Danny B go first since he's a minor league World Series winner.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it's any surprise. Danny B's probably going to be up in the major leagues next year, so what a way to send it off, going through the postseason with no losses. I know Hummus, you joined us late in the night, but we were all up partying for a little while after that game, and it was just a great way to cap off the season.
Yeah, I was too busy streaming the majors. That was actually what ended up being an epic series. I did hop in there was like a jukebox going all night. Was listening to some music as I was warming up dinner and chilling with my fiance. We were jamming. So yeah, definitely was a great night for the Swifties. My first taste of like championship success, even though I haven't played for the team in like 6 seasons. Wow. It was all Taylor Swift, obviously. It was literally like you just put the name of the song and it was just whatever that Taylor Swift song is. So in her whole library. It was a Taylor Swift YouTube bot. So
nice.
Yeah.
That's how
it
we
was
partied
pretty
over in
sweet.
State College.
Yeah. You know how those college kids in State College like to party, so
I would like to say this draft coming up for the majors, I believe between the
think?
Foxes and the Apex, they've got like 6 picks total between them? Three first rounders for each team. That is going to be quite the steal for them, especially if they decide to grab some players that are maxed out, be able to contribute right away in the season. We might get some immediate call-ups before the major or the minors draft even starts. We'll have to see how that pans out, but between them and Nashville being able to hold on to, I think they're going to be able to keep most of their pitching crew for the next season. And Boise still has myself and McDavitt for another season, with Bill Bisquick as well. We could see a lot closer spread this time coming around for the standings for season 22. The Foxes were in last place this season, but I don't think that they're going to be in last place next season. So we're just going to see how that pans out. But I do think that we're starting to see a little bit more parity. Always with the expansion team, the first season is a little bit lopsided. They're always going to have a real struggle to try and get something going. But I think we should be able to see some teams with maybe 40 wins down near the bottom of the standings. So that'll put a lot of pressure on the higher up teams to try and make the playoffs. I do think that going into next season, Toros still look like they've got a really good roster for season 22. Scorpions, I know when I looked at the compendium, there were a lot of players that I saw that this was their last season of their contracts. So I'm not sure how Scorpions are going to be able to hold on to all the talent that they had this season. So we might end up having some dark horses come around. Maybe, Nashville. Voyagers did really well. I think they might have another chance next season as well. So we're just going to have to see how that goes.
Yeah, definitely Kashima's playing the long game. 6 picks in this first 2 rounds of this draft, most out of any team in the first 2 rounds. Next season is season 22. So season 23 creates are coming in slowly, but surely. Hopefully we can be like last season, just get a lot of waiver claims coming in, and we got some ideas to pump out. Just needed to get to the off season. And yeah, probably going to pause on Tahini Top 5 to get a video series going. I think that'd be a betterment for the league, better return on investment for the time being. So, working on my What is PBE video. And basically it's going to be probably around 3 minutes, like my creative player tutorial. And just keeping it general, talking about, what exactly do you do in PBE, and it's one of the most unique role-playing games, online role-playing games you can play on the internet. I don't think much really compares to it, obviously, besides the other sim leagues, but it's definitely its own thing. So got to get over that confusion hump that I feel like we run into when it comes to recruitment.
It's
would
funny.
You say that's accurate?
What's funny is, back in the mid '90s, I was playing stuff like Quake and Doom and things like that, and I have to say that the PBE, out of being on the internet for 25 years straight, just about, PBE has probably been one of the most exciting activities. The community is just so awesome. I didn't really know what I was getting into when I did sign up on the ROTP subreddit. I just thought it was just some league. It was going to be like the Madden League I did before, where I ran a team or something like that, but this time it was a player. I had no idea the amount of complexity. Even though there is a steep learning curve to join the league, it is not like a mountain learning curve. You can, with some repetition and being able to get in your weekly updates and understanding how the point tasks work and everything like that, you can learn how to conquer them. And I do think that as the seasons went on for my player, and I started taking on more and more responsibilities, like joining the sim team, joining player progression, joining head office, that I really got to see a lot of what goes on behind the scenes in the PBE. And that to me is probably the most endearing part of the whole league. It's not just about the players, but it's about the people that take a significant chunk of their lives to be here with us, and to try and uplift other players, try and give a positive vibe to players that might not understand what's going on, to take the time to talk to them on a one-on-one basis. Having workshops and videos and posts with all sorts of information at people's disposal. It's just so thorough, the amount of stuff that's just available for everybody. And I think that's really, to me, the most important part of the PBE, is that you can always go play NBA 2K or something like that, and you know how to play basketball and you can win some games, but to be able to gather a group of other people and have them on your team, and being able to create something that is so special that people feel like the camaraderie of being together and winning games together, seeing themselves in the playoffs, is just all something that I have not seen anywhere else. And I'm just so glad that fateful day when I signed up to the PBE, that I was there with Gurren Widow and Johnny Two Times. We all signed up together in the same season, and so I'm just really happy that I was able to be a part of all this, and I hope to be here for some time to come.
Wow, that was really nice to have you open up like that. It is kind of cool seeing the perspectives, because Danny B, you joined, I feel like yesterday. LBG, you joined before I did, so I feel like we got like 3 different perspectives. We were just missing the season 1 perspective here in this conversation, but yeah, Danny B, you joined. Do you know like the month you joined? It's 2020, obviously, right?
Yeah, I guess it was like at the end of July,
Wow.
maybe early August.
And you
So
hopped on the
not
sim
long.
team quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
at the
month
end
or
of my
so.
first season, I applied for a bunch of jobs. This one definitely seemed the most interesting to me because I always, like, I sit on the couch and watch baseball games, and I say things, and then I'll hear FP Santangelo say it a minute later. I'm like, I could do that.
And that's a
So
hard drive into left field, and
it's
that'll be
definitely
a home
it's
run.
harder than I thought it would be, but it's super rewarding. And it's a ton of
Yeah.
fun to do.
Yeah, appreciate you joining. We have a season 23 create, brand new create, thanking the community for being helpful in the chat, free whole head. So thank you for joining PBE. So yeah, it's been fun for sure. And just we want to be sustainable, right? Like that's the goal, is to just be able to ride this out, forever. The file's going to get huge. That may be a problem down the line.
Right.
It's already huge. And you see, when you're not in HO, you're not in, because I wasn't in the sim server until I was named commission. When you're not seeing all the stuff behind the curtain that you guys both get to see daily, that we all three get to see, it's like you don't really know what's really happening, And I enjoyed both sides of it. Like I enjoyed the mystery of like, wow, like I hop on Thursday night for the first time and watch my player with LBG hosting. But then it's also cool to get over that mystery and actually know exactly what it takes to get a clean file, the processes that you guys go through with saying you're into it and then saying you're leaving. Just that synergy that I get to witness is really fun for me as a spectator. So if we can keep teams like that strong as a sim team, um, you know I think we could really ride this out. The difficult part will be, if I can accomplish this as commissioner, that's why recruitment is really important to me. If we can get to 16 teams, we talked about it, Johnny and I talked about it, and we figured, Johnny, if people don't know, he was our most recent commish. He said that we want to get to 16 and then park there for a while. So it's going to take effort from a lot of people to get to a point where we feel comfortable expanding again. And obviously, that's not going to be probably for another 3, 4, 5 seasons at a minimum anyway. But my biggest goal as commissioner is to get big enough to have 16 and for it to be seamless, have 2 conferences, hopefully 4 divisions each, total 4 divisions, total 2 divisions each. So, yeah. What do you guys think about 16? Do you think we can get there?
Absolutely. We've had a lot of great draft classes the past couple seasons. I do think that word of mouth as well has been a big factor in getting some of the players. Like my co-GM, Simo, got his wife to sign up. I know we've had some other wives that have signed up from players that have been on here. People that have talked about us in other servers, like the official OOTP, giving us a shout out just on Thursday night. We got a bunch of followers from that. We had a couple new players create as well. So I think that it's not so much that the recruiting is a big facet of it, but I think that just the positive word of mouth. That once people get to know us and they understand how the PBE works and the excitement that can be had having it, that we're just gonna hopefully. The more people we get to join, the more that the word's going to spread, and hopefully within a few seasons we can get right to 16 teams.
Yeah, and I mentioned this. This is how I approached recruitment for season 21's class, or season 22, excuse me, the ones that are about to get drafted now. The way I approached it was, if you build it, we will come. They will come. Just exactly how you said it. Is if we could build something that we all feel we enjoy, the positivity will spread. And so that was for me the difficult part, which was just focusing on the league itself, not getting too hung up on numbers of people coming in, just being like, hey, do we have a good league? Are we strong? Okay, then we should organically be able to grow, as opposed to trying to go crazy, trying to go desperate, and working too hard for that. It's got to be a balance. Obviously, you got to put in the work to recruit, but at the same time, if it's strong, we can get people and they'll stay. And to me, that's the biggest thing. not to get too far into this, but there's recruitment from outside, but there's also recruitment from within. I talk about this a lot. And the fact that we get so many recreates, people who haven't created in seasons are coming into season 23. Same thing for season 22, where people hadn't played in a while or hadn't been as active. So it's a great time to be in the league, and I'm really grateful to be commissioner. I just want to keep working to make it better.
You're commissioner. I thought I was commissioner.
Who said that last time? Oh, that was LBG.
It was last stream.
Right.
Dang it, LBG.
Dang it. All right, so it looks like our index is updated, and so we are done for the evening. Again, I'm your host, Legally Blind Gamer, along with Hummus God, Pearson Man, Danny B, Jimmy, what was it, Leatherneck Mike, and Super TARDIS 101. So thanks everybody for joining us. Any last words for anybody before we sign off?
I literally just joined to say hi. I didn't need to mention. Wait, do we want to raid?
Sure.
We can. Real Simple Hunter was in our chat earlier.
Is he streaming?
Yeah, Real Simple Hunter is streaming. It looks like he just hopped offline.
Oh,
nobody that I follow is currently streaming but us. So.
Well, let me take a look here and see if
he just went offline.
See if we can find an OTP stream or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm checking right now. Yakurin Kazami?
Let's do it.
Can you spell it out? Yeah, if you can spell it out for me, I'll get it going.
I'm posting it into the Twitch chat.
You just want to spell it out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard one, so I'll definitely just copy and paste.
YUKARN. I got him. Okay. They'll start in a second. I don't know. Overall, great job by some team this season streaming. With everything changing to an extra stream day. It's a lot. But well, you guys good? I can start whenever.
Absolutely, go for it.
Yep.
Thanks again for joining, everybody.
Congrats to the Scorpions.
Everyone talks. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
And that should be good.
Waiting for a raid reaction. I've still got the stream up.
I haven't had.
It just switched for me too. Those Twitch ads have been brutal lately.
Oh, what is it? The cat was. I got.
Okay, how much? This is fades. How long do I have to continue this? Oh, this is embarrassing. Raiding with a party of 29 and like we're doing karaoke.
It is cool that we got
very embarrassing.
Crazy Katie Cat to be a really active member, and Crazy. She's a mod. So.
Do baseball. Wow.
There's a stream.
See, now I have to explain. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Legally Blind Gamer.
And I think this upcoming draft class is going to be just as good. I mean, I don't know how close you guys watch the rookie Discord, but there's like
PBE.
guys who are undrafted, not even played a game yet, and are like applying to join the compendium team. So
I have
they're already hooked.
Points reward that I came up with that I very much regret. Oh, thank you, Homeless God.
Wow, her viewers shot up.
Well, yeah, I mean, went from 5 to 35.
That's awesome.
So.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream now.
Yeah.